All right, today we've got a really cool story for you. It's about how one of the oldest marketing tools out there, I'm talking direct mail, is getting this crazy high-tech AI-powered reboot. Look, if you're in marketing, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel this deep in your bones, right? Every single day is a battle for attention in a world just completely flooded with digital noise. The cost to get a new customer just keeps going up, and honestly, just getting your message seen feels like a huge win. But here's a thought. What if the solution isn't some brand new shiny social media app or a fancier email template? What if the answer has been sitting right there at the end of our driveways this whole time? Okay, so what's really pushing us to think this way? To get why this new approach is so powerful, we've got to first understand the massive challenge marketers are facing right now. I mean, it is a total perfect storm for marketers. Your customer acquisition costs have just skyrocketed. All these new privacy laws are making tracking cookies basically useless. The ad auctions on places like Google and Meta, it's a total black box. And even if you're trying email, good luck getting past all the spam filters. You're basically fighting a system where the rules of the game change every single day. So with all this chaos and uncertainty in the digital world, an unlikely hero is stepping back into the ring. Yep, direct mail. But listen, this is not your parents' junk mail. This is something completely different, rebuilt from the ground up with some serious tech. And I'm not kidding, the difference is literally night and day. The old way was what we call spray and pray. You just send out thousands of pieces and hope for the best with zero real way to track if it worked. The new way? It's the exact opposite. It's laser-focused, it uses automation to respond instantly, and every single dollar is tracked so you can see a measurable return on your investment. And honestly, this quote just hits the nail on the head. The problem was never the mail itself. It was the incredible amount of waste from sending it to people who were never, ever going to be interested. So that begs the question, what if you could just get rid of all that waste? And that's our cue to dive into the first pillar of this whole revolution, the data. This is the brains of the whole operation, the secret sauce that makes it all work so well. So, this is all driven by something called predictive modeling. Now, that might sound super complicated, but the idea behind it, it's actually pretty simple. Instead of guessing who might be a good customer, you use data to build a profile of your perfect customer. Then the model just scores your entire list and tells you exactly who you should mail, and maybe even more importantly, who you shouldn't. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. You're not just carpet bombing a zip code anymore. You are surgically targeting only the absolute top tier of your prospects, that 30% or so who are actually most likely to become a customer. You instantly cut out up to 70% of your waste. It's incredible. And the results? Oh, they are absolutely staggering. We're talking about response rates that are 4, 5, sometimes even 9 times higher than those old school mail campaigns. It just makes sense. When you only talk to the right people, they're way more likely to listen. Okay, but sending the super targeted piece of mail is really only half the battle, right? What happens next? That's where the second pillar of this system comes in, the AI agent. Think of it as your 24/7 sales assistant that never sleeps. You know, this is the exact moment where pretty much every direct mail campaign in history has just fallen flat on its face. Somebody gets your postcard at 8 o'clock at night, they're interested, but of course your office is closed. That moment of interest is gone. Poof. An AI agent makes sure that never happens again. It's always on, ready to engage the second that spark of interest happens. So check this out. Here's how the whole journey works. A customer gets the mailer, they scan a QR code, they are immediately, instantly chatting with a smart AI agent. This thing can answer their questions, figure out if they're a good fit for the business, and then either capture their info as a lead or even book a meeting right on a salesperson's calendar. It's this seamless jump from a physical piece of paper to a qualified digital lead. All right, so this all sounds amazing in theory, but you know how it is. How do you actually prove to skeptical clients that this thing really works? Well, the company we're looking at, Pell Hughes, they hatched this absolutely genius plan. They created this thing called the AI Gift Concierge. They sent a holiday card out to a small list of prospects. On the card was a QR code that invited you to chat with this AI. You could tell it who you were shopping for, your budget, what they were into, and it would spit out these really thoughtful gift ideas. It was fun, it was genuinely helpful, but the real goal? To give every single prospect a hands-on demo of the AI's power without it feeling like a sales pitch. And that was the killer move right there. The follow-up was just so simple and powerful. If our AI can handle a complex, nuanced task like finding the perfect gift, just imagine how effectively it can handle conversations with your potential customers. It's a brilliant way to connect that fun demo directly to real business value. So, when you stitch these two big ideas together, the predictive data on the front end and the AI agent on the back end, you're not just improving an old marketing channel, you are literally creating something brand new. This right here, this is the winning formula. It's this simple, repeatable engine for generating leads. You start with smart data to find the right people. You use physical mail to get their undivided attention in a way digital just can't. And then you deploy an AI agent to instantly convert that attention into a real business opportunity. This next line just perfectly sums up the entire strategic shift. You see, the old school competitors, they're stuck selling a commodity, postage and paper. But this new model, it isn't about selling a thing. It's about selling a result. It's about delivering qualified leads, appointments, and at the end of the day, revenue. So in the end, you see, this wasn't just about making a better product. It wasn't an upgrade. It was a complete reinvention. By combining these technologies, they went from being just another printer to becoming a predictive lead conversion partner, a category that they alone own. And that brings us to the final big question, the one I want you to really think about. This story isn't just about mail. It's about looking at the established tools and processes all around us with fresh eyes. So ask yourself, what old, maybe overlooked system in your industry is just one smart idea away from its own AI-powered comeback?